OK, ladies, we're going to talk about pregnancies. So raise your hands if you have experienced any of the following.
Right.
Hot sweats. Bad breath. Getting gassy. Hair in unexpected places. Oh. Crazy dreams about aliens.
Kind of.
OK,
like
kind of.
Alien, yeah.
They're all just some of the weird and not so wonderful things that can happen to your body when you're pregnant that nobody talks about. And in an article in this month's Harper's Bazaar, one journalist has spoken out about how we've still got a long way to go when it comes to being honest about the side effects of pregnancy. So, can you relate? What weird and wonderful things happen to you?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't think anybody's ever been quiet. I mean, maybe it's just the women I know. We all go into the finest detail.
I feel like there's quite a good open conversation about a lot of things.
I mean, I've got a little pile called Pete that's been with me now ever since I had my baby.
Pete?
He's lovely. He's great.
Right?
Yeah,
is he out today?
A bit shy at the minute. I'm sure he'll pop in and say hello at some point. You know, so he's always been with me ever since. I've got this weird marking on my back, like that much, like dark patches on my back. My sister Dina's friend had a varicose vein on her.
On her what?
Nun.
Nun. We're not talking about the vacuum cleaner on the Teletubbies, are we? Isn't that quite common though, because of the pressure and the weight and everything's obviously pushing and
you're
bearing.
the professional when it comes to all of this. She's trained, you know.
I know.
And bearing down. I think that, you know, it's everything.
But then you also
a
get,
bit,
because the other
it?
symptom I got really badly, was heartburn.
Oh,
so you've got the bearing down, so you've got the old Pete and his fellow grapes, and then you've got the bearing up, where everything you eat, you know, you're just like constantly feeling like you're going to reflux.
Did you have a reflux? Were you a reflux
I had
girl?
a bit of reflux with one, I had a bit of heartburn with another, but the thing I had every single time, which I had never heard of at the time, and I did serious research pre-first baby, because I needed to know everything, and I've never heard of anyone else having it, is my gag reflex.
Oh.
Like...
OK.
it was shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Please.
Well, because I knew about morning sickness and stuff like that, but brushing my teeth was near on impossible, because any time I kind of went near my back teeth, I would convulse.
How strange. I've
and
never heard of that.
My eyes would water, and then I would end up being sick, but not through morning sickness, because my gag reflex had totally
And did that completely go once you'd had the baby?
As soon as I've never had it other than being pregnant.
Never heard of it.
God.
What about you, Kaye?
I mean, that is such a coincidence, because I'm gagging listening to you all. Really.
Kaye, did you go mad when you were pregnant and, like, turn the heating on in your house?
No, I've never done that, done that. You know, I was a last-minute booking for this show, and I really wish I hadn't picked up the phone, quite frankly. You know, I mean, that was not good. I mean, you know, the one thing I remember that was wonderful is the feeling of my waters breaking. My God! I thought if Jiggy Jiggy was as good as that, I would have done it more often.
Really? As good as that?
Oh, it was better. Better.
Really?
I never had a whoosh.
I mean, didn't you?
No, they had to whoosh me in the middle. But what about orgasmic births? Have you ever met anyone that's had an orgasmic birth?
I had never heard about it until you mentioned it.
To me, they don't go hand in hand.
Well, my first birth, I had both my babies at home. First birth, because I hadn't done any work on it really, was very challenging. But my second birth, I went really into the research of looking at it a different way. I did look at that. Did hypnobirthing, had her at home again, and really looked into this orgasmic birth. Now, when you obviously not a sort of Harry Met Sally orgasm, but it's a rush of incredibly sensitive sensation, and
But is that something you can make happen?
Well,
or is
you
it
have
something
to have done the work beforehand. So, for instance, I would never say contraction. If you think about contraction brings you in, it brings you small, it brings you tight.
Painful.
Whereas if you think of a wave and you go up onto the wave and you let yourself go and then you come back crashing down, you know, you can find
I'll have what she's having.
And I was doing this the other day on a live on my YouTube channel. There was a woman who was in labour, tutti frutti. Her husband's soldier was away, and I was doing this with her, and we were doing it. Bring in the wave, hold the wave, and you get this. But if you think what's going on in your body, all your nerves come to the top, and it can be really, really.
No matter what faces or finger movements you pull, it's not going to stop this look.
No.
The look on your
was
face,
yours not
Emma.
orgasmic then, Emma?
No, mine was a bloodbath that was brutal, to be quite frank. Very much like
Yeah,
yours,
we have
Jane.
very
Like,
similar
we had very similar
first birth experiences.
Yeah.
But I would imagine for that, you've got to be in some... Like, hypnobirthing is amazing. And if I were to ever consider a fourth child, which I am not, I would always try and
Absolutely
do that
recommend
because it just seems like... I mean, I've watched videos of friends that have done it and it just looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
But to do what you're talking about, surely you have to be in some kind of meditative,
Well, I went there,
hypnotic state.
and as soon as I had her, I wanted to do it again. That's what it was like.
Bit like parachuting.
I'm talking
You get
labour
that
here.
adrenaline rush, and then it goes, and then you go, I'm never doing that again, ever.
I really think I have to interrupt here just to save Nadia from herself, frankly.
That's wonderful.
So only you. Right, a little conundrum for you. Do you like what I did there, Emma?
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you.
Very good.
I was speaking to this guy the other day, lovely chap, and his wife was pregnant, but he kept speaking to me saying, we are pregnant. And I was listening. Well, look at your face. What's your face doing?
I think it's because I'm very old. I think I'm from another generation. He's not pregnant, is he? She's pregnant.
Well, that's funny you should say it because that was going through my head. But he was so lovely and nice, so I would never have said anything. But I was aware that this sounds odd to me, and I'm not sure whether I like it or not. Is that because we're old? Is that just it?
Is it like a new... I mean, I don't... Why don't people just say, I'm going to be a dad? Because he's not pregnant, is he? So
No,
we are going to become parents, makes sense, but he is not pregnant.
I love you, Jane.
There is
Let's
no-
just get the facts clear.
There is no other way of looking at that scenario.
But what if he
But lots of
just
people say
wants
it.
to feel included and be supportive and be totally there for her? Like, having watched many births now, obviously my main, thoughts are with the woman and what she is going through. But I do look at the dads and think, oh, you're so helpless.
Yeah,
you
and
can't
they're not
do
pregnant.
anything. No, I know they're not. But you know what? If that makes him feel good and they're happy as a couple doing that and they feel like they're in it together and, you're not
But you can be all of
physically
those
giving
things.
birth, but
No.
it's just nice.
You can be involved.
Listen, the intention of saying that is admirable and lovely and
Yes.
fantastic.
There's a butt coming.
The intention is 100% right, but there's something about it that just makes me go, ooh.
Oh,
It's just a
let,
bit-
let
but I do
them
think it's 'cause I'm
be.
old-fashioned.
It's cute.
All right. I would never say it, I would just think it. I wouldn't say it out loud.
Should we move on?
Said it.
Should we move on from this one?
Yeah, come on,
Should we
I'm
let
digging
it go?
myself a hole here.